Hi friends, today we're going to look at the word worship. Worship is the only thing that we can give back to God that He hasn't given us. Worship is more than a style of service or shouting or getting on our knees and singing. Worship is your obedience to God, like Abraham. In the book of Genesis, chapter 22 and verse 5, Abraham said to his young men, "Stay here with the donkey. My son and I will go yonder and worship, and we will come back to you." Abraham knew that worship is obedience to God. Even when he had to sacrifice his only son, he was ready to worship God. In the same way, we come across Job in the Bible, who heard that he lost his children. He lost all his property, all his wealth. His health had gone, but he fell to the ground and worshiped God, even when he didn't have anything. And there is another story in the Bible of a woman who worshipped God in John chapter 12. She poured an expensive perfume on Jesus' feet. Even when people said it's a waste, the perfume could have been sold and the money given to the poor. But Mary, she wanted to give her best to Jesus, and that was her worship to God. And my friends, worship begins after the music stops. Oh God, you are worthy. I give it all to you. I worship you with everything I have. I know of a man who would worship God in tears. That was his way of worshiping God. Genuine and sincere worship is when we are determined to be worshipers that God wants us to be, knowing that God's blessings will fall upon us as we worship Him in spirit and in truth. Let us praise His name and recognize His holiness and reaffirm that we are nothing without His presence. Worship is obedience like Abraham had. Worship is putting God first even when we are left with nothing, like Job. Worship is giving your best to God, like Mary did.